All right, pop, pop, pop. Another server drop. Ready to go ahead and tear up yet another one of our episode in our hacking series. And today we're going to talk a little bit about what's called cross-site scripting, otherwise known as XSS. So this is usually about the number 2 or number 3 attack in the world, right behind old SQL injection. And you can watch some of the other videos that I've made about SQL injection to kind of get an idea about that one. So with with cross-site scripting, we're going to be utilizing something they call JavaScript. And HTML is kind of going to be in use here as well. And HTML is what's behind web pages as far as what codes them. We're not going to get into all that stuff there. But basically, if you were to go to some place like w3schools.com, you can learn all these different JavaScript types that are out there for web languages. The one we're going to just kind of show you a little bit about today is the alert box right here. And essentially what that alert command does is it brings up a pop-up box with whatever you put inside of this stuff here. So there's an editor, just kind of show what I'm talking about here. So it says here, I'm an alert box. Let me go ahead and get rid of that. And go ahead and say, pwned you sucker. There we go. So nice little gentle message for the end user right there. And we're going to go ahead and run it over this side. And then click on try it, and boom, there we go. So it brings up a pop-up. Now, in and of itself, this is not bad, right? This is just a joke, and it's demeaning to people, but other than that, it doesn't cause any super malicious types of problems. But we're going to kind of jump in phases. We're going to start off low and then move up into more dangerous things, as it were. But I wanted to show you guys the syntax. So it's going to be a script tag, which is what that is. That's called an HTML tag. And an HTML tag will always be ended with one that has a slash before it, right there. And we see here the alert command, and then we see parentheses, quotations, the words, and the semicolon. We don't really even need the semicolon. We're just going to forget all that. And we're not going to go ahead and take advantage of any of this stuff here either. So just kind of give you an idea of what we're working with. Well, let's go back here. Where am I at here? Let me get rid of that. I'm going to close a few windows here. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to go to a new lab environment here. Now, every single time that I come to a web application and it has something that I can try, that's the very first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to try the page. Sometimes I'll ask students, so what do you do when you're web app hacking and you come across the web page? What's the first thing you do? And then everybody's like, well, you SQL inject. You do a single quote or 1 = 1 or blah, blah, blah. No. You got to enumerate. Enumeration is absolutely essential when it comes to the hacking field. That is the absolute paramount thing you got to do. So enumeration in this case is we're going to find out, well, what the heck does the site do? I don't even know what it does. So it says, what's your name? So I'll go ahead and put that in, Ray. And let's see what it does. All right, so it looks like it takes my name and appends it to a predefined text of the word hello. So we can find out what's going on kind of behind the scenes by right-clicking here and viewing the page source. Let's go ahead and try that and check it out. So I happen to know it's on step number, let's see, it's on number 50, I think. Yep, right here. So what we're looking at here is we're starting to see a few different things. First off, we got some HTML going on. We got a form. Let's see what else we got here. It looks like all the commands are in purple. It looks like all of the text in string format are in blue, and everything else is kind of in black. So that's pretty interesting to know. If it's a command, a legitimate HTML command, it looks like it's in purple. Remember that. All right, so it looks like we got hello, Ray, and life is good. All right, so that works pretty good. Well, why don't we try something a little bit different? Let's try, I don't know, let's see. How about, let's try this. We'll do that bracket to that side. I'm going to say Ray and bracket, because now all I want to see is if they're doing input validation and if they're allowing characters of any type. So let's go ahead and see. Well, look at that. So it looks like they are allowing characters of pretty much any type. And let's go check the source code real quick. Let's see. What's going on here? Really? Oops, that's because I got it highlighted. There we go. So let's go down here to 50, right there. So there's a red color going on right there. Now, usually red is indicative of error, right? So obviously it sees it and it recognizes it and it adds it as well. But it does see it as an error, and the reason why is because there's 2 double brackets instead of 1 single bracket. So it is taking it, it's parsing it, which is interesting to know. So we're going to try one more thing here. I'm going to take the format of an HTML tag, and I'm going to say Ray. Now, Ray is not a valid HTML tag. There is no HTML or body or title or any of that kind of stuff kind of tag that's called Ray. But I'm going to hit submit, see what happens. Well, look at that. So it disappears. My name disappears. Let's see what's going on here. So what it looks like, if you'll notice here, that the Ray value is in purple. So it tells you that they believe that my actual name, Ray, is an actual HTML tag, which in this case it is not. And then it went ahead and aired out the pre-command on that one. So we can have a pretty good indication that this site is vulnerable to cross-site scripting. So we're going to try a cross-site script just to see if a pop-up comes up. So we're going to say bracket, and then we'll say script, bracket, and then we'll do our alert command. We'll do a parenthesis, quotation, what's up, players, and then we'll do a quotation again, end parenthesis, and then we'll end our script tag with a bracket / to the right, script, bracket again, and submit. Pop! There it is. Pop, pop, pop. Another server drop. Love and life. What's up, players pops up, and life is good. So that's the beginning portions to let you know that this site is vulnerable to cross-site scripting. So we can take it a little bit step further here, and let me go ahead over to the setup for a second here. I am going to reset the database because a lot of times it keeps it there. We don't want that. And we're going to go down to XSS stored. And this one here is simulating what they call a forum or a message board. And the message boards that you guys have ever been to, you probably click on a link that says, here's a topic, right? It's a topic that says, hey, look here for this, or I have a question or whatever. And you click on it and you can read the forum post. Well, the idea here is to go ahead and have them click on this and get the pop-up. So this would be what they call storing it on the server side. So we're going to go ahead and do the same thing, but this time we're not going to have it client side. We're going to have it stored on the forum, or guestbook in this case, on their site. So we'll go ahead and do our script. Then we'll do our bracket, and we'll say alert, and then parenthesis, quotation, what's up, player, quotation, parenthesis again, and we'll end our script tag like so, like that. So when we click on Sign Guestbook, it'll pop up, hopefully. Bing, like that. And now every time somebody comes to the forum and they click on that name of that, they're going to see, beep, what's up, players? And that's pretty much it. Now, we're going to get a little bit deeper into this in the next video, but we're running out of time on this one. So just to kind of wet your whistle, we got you going on what cross-site scripting can do with just basic pop-ups. But what we're going to do next in our next video is we're going to take it a step further and get a little bit more dangerous with PHP session IDs, and also try to get access to the box and break into it and hack into it directly. So make sure you guys watch the next video as well. Pop, 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 another server drop. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.